This is the ZNS Network, providing radio and high-definition television services for the entire Bahamas. ZNS Network is operated by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. It is located at Harcourt Rusty Bethel Drive, Centerville, Nassau. Our programming is designed to inform, educate, and entertain. We invite you to join us.
The following is a preamble of the Constitution of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Whereas 481 years ago, the rediscovery of this family of islands, rocks and keys, heralded the rebirth of the New World. And whereas the people of this family of islands, recognizing that the preservation of their freedom will be guaranteed by a national commitment to self-discipline, industry, loyalty, unity, and an abiding respect for Christian values and the rule of law. Now, know we therefore, we the inheritors of and successors to this family of islands, recognizing the supremacy of God and believing in the fundamental rights and freedoms of the individual, do hereby proclaim in solemn praise the establishment of a free and democratic sovereign nation, founded on spiritual values, and in which no man, woman, or child shall ever be slave or bondsman to anyone, or their labor exploited, or their lives frustrated by deprivation, and do hereby provide by these articles for the indivisible unity and creation under God of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
It's Friday, June 10th, 2022, and the morning edition is live. On today's show, a vigil held in Camp Road to memorialize a slain teen. Casual labor issues at the container port in Grand Bahama expected to be addressed. And a former ZNS employee needs financial help for a knee surgery. So let's start the morning off right.
Edition is brought to you by We Buy, You Sell Company, your leading hurricane impact windows, doors, and tile specialist.
When you have a dream, you have to grab it and never let go. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning edition. I'm LaDawn Davis.
Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, and LaDawn, what if it's one of those dreams that you don't want to keep in your mind? You know, some of those dreams, them scary dreams, you got to let it go.
Yeah, I don't want
Or you're talking about
dreams, like aspirations and goals and all that other stuff.
Well, my goal today is to get some sleep and then sit in front of the television tonight and watch the Boston Celtics go up 3-1 on the Golden State Warriors. It's going to be a pretty good game tonight. I'm just excited. I have all my green stuff already laid out on my bed. I hope the wife and the kids don't throw them off the bed by the time I reach home, but it's going to be okay. They're probably going to go out anyway, because I'm sure you're going to make a lot of noise at home. Yeah, sure. No, they're going to be. Yeah, I hope they go out, because I'm the only one in the house that pulls for the Boston Celtics. Everybody else is a Golden State Warrior. Oh, really? You know, they're like most Bahamians bandwagon jumpers. They were Chicago Bulls, and they were Miami Heat, then they were Los Angeles Lakers, then they were Cleveland Cavaliers. Whoever team is winning that time, that's what they are. Last year, who won last year?
I don't know.
The Milwaukee Bucks. They were Milwaukee Bucks last year, so this year they're Golden State Warriors. They just
I got to ask you, the sports enthusiast. I don't know.
So what's coming up in news in our show this morning?
We have Michael instrumental.
Michael
fixer.
He's a young gentleman that he fixes instruments like trumpet and piano and tunes them. It'll be interesting to hear how he got into it and what he's doing about that. We also have a feature on one of our former colleagues, Laura. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yes, Laura, she needs a knee surgery. Apparently, both of her knees. She let me actually hear the fact that when she walks, her knees actually crackle because she does not have cushion. It's just bone. So she needs $68,000 to get both of her knees.
And we also have We Buy, You Sell. Hurricane month is upon us. And we have Larissa in studio.
She's excited.
She's excited. Yeah, she came in here with a big smile on her face. But before we get to all of that, let's take it out to the streets. Where Corporal Patrick Kemp is standing by with a very good, interesting interview this morning. Good morning, Corporal Kemp.
Good morning, Fisher. Good morning, LaDawn. Certainly today is a great day. It's a good day to be in the land of the living. And presently I'm in the area of Camp Road and St. Margaret's Church, where that latest fatality would have taken place. It's a good day to be alive. Unfortunately, for some families, they're still grieving today for their loved one that was taken away from them recently. I spoke to the Sayers family. They're still grieving. They're still hurting. The father stated that he don't understand how somebody can do such an act and not turn themselves in. I just want to say, the scripture says in Proverbs that the eyes of the Lord are watching the evil, also the good. And I want to say to the driver out there, to please turn yourself in. Also, the persons that may be aiding. You know the damages on the vehicle. You've seen the excessive damages on the vehicle, and you have an idea that this is not a regular accident. If it's a friend out there, a family member, please report the matter to the police. It's important for the relatives to get closure in this matter. The gentleman would have been walking along Camp Road on the eastern side, just passing this graveyard here, that's St. Margaret's Church, when he was struck near the lamp pole. He was knocked over the wall into the graveyard, where he was left until the early hours of the morning, where his body was discovered. This is a problem. We have a serious issue when it concerns a hit and run, especially when you can hit a human being and leave him there. I have with me Miss Culmer, also her son, Alex Sayers. He's 2 years old, Alex. And let me tell you, it's a sad thing that when I get to speak to the family and they're still grieving and hurt as to this tragedy, and Ms. Culmer wants to express exactly how she feels as best as she can to the driver or the relatives or friends, and a plea to please come forward with some information so that we can help bring this matter to a close. I have kids, and it's sad to know that this young man here is going to be fatherless because somebody did an act and then they don't want to come forward and do the right thing. This woman here, she spoke about how they were talking about getting married, and that's not going to happen because somebody did a heinous act and don't want to be responsible and come forward. And some relative or friend out there who've noticed the damages on this white vehicle, extensive damages, and refuse to acknowledge and refuse to be responsible and report the matter. Ms. Culmer, take this opportunity to express yourself and to say what it is and how you're feeling.
He was a good man. He used to make sure he take care of his son.
This is how the family is hurting. This is what's happening. And she expressed this deeply when we spoke on yesterday. She said that during that night, she was expecting Lawrence Sayers, which is his name, to come home at a certain time. And when she saw that certain time arrive, she called his work. The supervisor or the manager said that he already left. And getting that information, she waited patiently for him to walk through the track road to his residence, which is actually about 5 or 4 buildings from where we are. And at a certain time, she got worried, and she made some other calls. You even told me you wanted at one point to walk out in the road.
Because I was in and out the shelter where he's coming on, but I keep on hearing the dogs, but I didn't want to walk out here by myself because it was dark through the shop alley. So I said, me, I stayed home until he come the next day.
And that's when she got some information from some neighbors of the tragedy. So I want to say, man, have a heart. The families are grieving. This young boy is without a father. Please turn yourself in. Relatives or family members out there, friends, you might know something. Please give us some information so we can help bring this matter to the close. It's a white vehicle with a gray panel to the bottom. There's going to be extensive damages to the left side of the vehicle, windshield, hood, fender. Possibly there are no rims, no hood caps. And let's have bring this matter to a close for these families. It'll be all right. Back to you in studios, Fisher and Ladon.
Very good. Thanks for that, Cam. Hopefully there can be some closure to that. We are waking up to 77 degrees, partly cloudy. Humidity 94%. Now mid to upper level troughing, along with tropical moisture, will continue to support pockets of unsettled weather, while high pressure maintains a gentle to fresh breeze across the country today. For the northwest Bahamas, weather very cloudiness and very warm with widely scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms, mainly during the afternoon hours. Partly cloudy with the chance of a few isolated showers and thunderstorms tonight. For the central and southeast Bahamas, weather mostly cloudy to overcast and a bit breezy with a few scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms today. Very cloudy and warm with the chance of a few isolated showers and thunderstorms tonight. Your daytime high temperature 90 degrees Fahrenheit, overnight low of 75. And as we look ahead to the weekend, Saturday, a lot of rain expected in the forecast. 86 in the day, 78 at night. So bring out your umbrellas on Saturday. And if you're thinking about beaching or any outdoor activities this weekend, you may want to think twice about that, because Sunday is partly sunny and nice, but expect a little shower here and there. 87 in the day, 79 at night.
Climate change and its impact on small islands echoed by the nation's chief as he addressed world leaders at the Summit of the Americas in Los Angeles. The event brings together businesses and government leaders from across the region to drive progress on mounting challenges. One of them, of course, is climate change. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis not mincing words as he told colleagues that it's time to get to work.
Island, big ocean state, our seagrasses and mangroves play and will continue to play a critical role in acting as a carbon sink. These blue marine ecosystems can capture up to dozens of times the amount of carbon as tropical rainforests. We need resources to be able to conserve, protect, and restore these blue carbon sinks, just as we need resources to make a transition to renewable energy. And just as we need resources to recover from previous storms and make our country more resilient in the face of future hurricanes.
Well, later Thursday afternoon, authorities conducted assessments in Bamboo Town, Golden Gates, and Cowpen Road to get an idea of the damages caused by a tornado in those areas. A number of homes were impacted, with experts confirming significant structural damage. Acting Prime Minister the Honorable Chester Cooper was leading that assessment tour.
Stands ready through its agencies to provide whatever support that is needed. And I'm here today to demonstrate that we will ensure that whether it's NEMA or the DRA or the other agencies of the government, Ministry of Works and Environment and others, we stand ready to provide whatever support we can.
More shocking revelations from the Parks and Beaches Authority, this time its executive chairman revealing that key files were removed. This comes on the heels of a scathing audit report as the authority ran over budget to the tune of millions in its award of contracts under the previous administration. According to the report, auditors could not identify the exact need for extra budgetary allocations, with speculation that it was fueled more by the demand and request for economic stimulation rather than by any real needs on the ground. Executive Chairman Michael Bonamy claims files are gone.
Former chairman's, the staff for the former chairman's correspondence file, they told me they could not find it. They told me they could not find it. Not one correspondence file. I'm only saying what I was told. The reasons why I asked for the file, Madam Speaker, is to get a better understanding as to why certain things occurred. A few days later, after inquiries, a computer that was attached to my office had all the files downloaded and removed. After hours, I requested the financial officer and my temporary assistant at that time to file a police report.
And on the health scene, 28 New Providence residents, another 2 from Grand Bahama and 1 from Bimini and Cat Key, make up the 31 new COVID-19 infections on record. 21 people are in hospital being treated for the virus. Based on the data for June 8th, there were 890 active cases. 74 people recovered and 139 tests were completed. 10 of those were repeats and 1 returning inconclusive results.
from a cloud solution. You want flexibility and edge? You want to modernize applications with the ability to deliver new ones with lightning speed. You want an infrastructure that's automated, secure, cost-effective, and scalable. You want to give the end user the freedom they want with the control you need. You can't get all that from just any cloud. You need something better. You need Bahamas Cloud. Contact the experts today at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
There's a spark of greatness in each of us. That spark is called personality. Individual gifts and talents provide the fuel to set that spark ablaze. Each child has the right to an education which values their personality and nurtures their talents, while teaching them to be respectful to their parents and their cultures.
When you respond to the Word of God and you begin to speak the Word of God and you begin to live the Word of God and you begin to act out on the Word of God, you will find that there will be a transformed life. And when there is a transformed life, there will be a transformed home. And when there's a transformed home, there'll be a transformed church. And when there's a transformed church, there'll be a transformed community. I'm telling you, you have to respond to the Word.
The Camp Road community joining in solidarity during Thursday's vigil in honor of 13-year-old Quinton McKenzie at the community park. The teen was gunned down on the same park on Sunday. National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, telling Quinton's family members that the teen's death has gripped the heart of this nation.
We ask where the church is in a circumstance like this. And if we are Christians, we are all the church. And why do I say that? It doesn't matter that Kizzy, Jonathan, and Quincy raised a decent, moral son. If somebody fails to raise their children in a decent, moral way, this is what happens. And I can tell you from my experience that the vast majority of people in this country are law-abiding. The vast majority of young men are law-abiding.
We're just 1 week into the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season, but is your home properly secured and ready for whatever winds a hurricane will bring? Well, joining us live to tell us what materials you need to protect your asset is sales representative of We Buy You Sell, Larissa Gardner. Larissa, welcome to the Morning Edition.
Good morning.
So, Larissa, what are some of the materials offered to protect your home during a hurricane?
Well, we have hurricane impact windows, we have the hurricane impact doors, and then we also offer steel anti-theft doors.
And how effective can you say these products have been for customers to stood the test of time in a hurricane?
Well, the products are good. We have a lot of customers coming in, purchasing the windows and the doors.
And has there been an increase in the number of persons coming in to purchase these items?
Yeah, it's a big increase. We have a lot of customers coming in. They started coming in from around February. We had a lot of customers coming in.
And do you guys ship to the Family Islands?
Yeah, we do. We do ship to the Family Islands. We do not charge for boat delivery. We have a lot of island customers. They're purchasing a lot of windows and doors now.
And any advice you want to give to Bahamians as we navigate through this active hurricane season?
Well, you know, during the hurricane season, the windows and the doors usually abstain the most damages. So it's good to get the windows and the doors protected. Our product we offered, our glass is a double laminated glass. It has a plastic film between the glass. In the event, if you have high power winds or wind-borne waste trying to get in, the impact windows and doors, they stop those stuff from coming in.
Larissa, thank you so much for joining us here on the Morning Edition, and all the best to you as you continue to supply Bahamians with the tools we need to secure our properties this season. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, assuring residents on that island that the government is addressing the long-standing issue of casual labor at the container port.
The Prime Minister and I would have met with Container Port executives in January of this year and expressed our great concern over the casual labor issue. We advocated for the industrial sector to rebalance the ratio of full-time employees and casual labor. We wanted to see increased job security, access to creditable financing, and benefits for the workers.
Minister Moxie noting that those meetings are reaping some great dividends.
In April 2022, the Freeport Container Port had 57% full-time employees and 43% casual or temporary labor. Today, it has 75% full-time employees and 25% casual or temporary labor. And the goal is to transition to 85% full-time employees by the end of the third quarter of 2023.
And as we head to the break, we take a look back at today in Bahamian history. On June 10th, 1958, an explosion aboard the motor vessel Sailfish rocked the Prince George dock, sending 2 people to hospital with severe burns. 1 person died 4 days later. Also on this day in 1996, 11 Cubans escaped from the detention center on Carmichael Road.
Hello, I'm Mario Nuri, returning to you with another informative program of A Familiar Walk, Steps Toward Hurricane Preparedness 2022. Join us with Madam President Therese Curry, President of the Bahamas Red Cross, Captain Stephen Russell, Director of NEMA, Mr. Charles Johnson of J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, and meteorologist Wayne Neely. We welcome you to be a part of our journey as we remind you that precautionary measures taken now could save life and property in the future. Join us.
Former employees Laura Lowe needs a knee replacement surgery and your financial help to make it all happen. The morning team caught up with her at her home in Western New Providence to find out about the cost of the knee surgery and the state of her condition.
You ain't coming back to me. Say there's nothing else I could do for you. Say you need a total knee replacement on both knees.
She's a life of the party and loves to dance and celebrate special occasions with her family and close friends. Laura Lowe, a former employee here at ZNS, climbed up the ranks from chauffeur to camerawoman and floor director. But lately, the 67-year-old's physical activity was compromised after she began experiencing excruciating pain in both of her knees due to osteoarthritis.
It started about 12 years ago. I started having a little pain in my knee. And I went to the doctor, and they just gave me the Voltaren shot, and it sort of calmed down. But the last 5 years, I've been going to Dr. Dane Bow, and getting steroid shots in my knees for 5 years. So it just kept getting worse and worse. And he did X-rays and MRI, and it showed that I have no tissue in between there, in between the 2 bones. So it's bone on bone. It's all gone. Well, I still could walk and everything, and still doing a little bit of dancing. So, but it's painful, especially when you sit. You know, you relax sitting, and when you stand, you got to stand for a minute to get the bone back in place so that you can walk.
But it gets even worse. Laura is also battling vitiligo and has to remain out of the sun to avoid skin burns. She says her battle with osteoarthritis is hereditary.
I watched my mom suffer with it. But then my mom was like 70-something when she really got it bad. And then when she was in a home, she was in geriatrics. When she went to geriatrics, they was doing therapy. But then she just, every time they straightened her leg, she would scream in pain. So she just folded her legs and never straightened them back up.
A very optimistic Laura says the surgery for both knees will cost about $70,000, but she says she will allow doctors to perform on one knee at a time, as recovery could take about 4 to 6 weeks. She is thankful, though, for the financial support she's received so far.
I can't stop thanking them. You know, it really ain't your friends who just help you, you know. It's persons who care. That's who help. They don't even have to know you. They just care and they donate.
Now, if you want to donate to Laura's knee surgery, you can make donations to Commonwealth Bank at account number 700-600-8795 or Royal Bank of Canada account number 735-3865.
I embrace what God is about to do here. And if God brings you to it, He definitely will take you through it.
Hurricane Dorian tested their resilience, but in its wake, they remained steadfast. 2 years later, they're building back stronger, better, and bigger. Join us live from East End on June 13th through 17th as we bring to you the spirit of survival.
When you respond to the word of God and you begin to speak the word of God and you begin to live the word of God and you begin to act out on the word of God, you will find that there will be a transformed life. And when there is a transformed life, there will be a transformed home. And when there's a transformed home, there'll be a transformed church. And when there's a transformed church, there'll be a transformed community. I'm telling you, you have to respond to the word.
LaDawn, it's Entertainment Friday, but we're doing things a little bit different here this morning. We're now joined by Michael Ambrister, and he has an instrument. And I didn't want you to tell, well, first of all, welcome to the morning edition. I didn't want you to tell LaDawn what is this. LaDawn, what is this instrument, if we can get a shot of this? Shane, what is this instrument, LaDawn?
I would say a flute, but it's, I don't know.
Is she right, Michael?
I'm partially right. I'm sure.
I like to say she is, but no, it's a clarinet.
Okay.
Yeah.
The clarinet. And tell us, what do you do?
Well, I fix and service musical instruments, from trumpets to clarinets to pianos and such.
How did you get started with this?
Well, mostly because I have a music background. I grew up in a band, you know, all those kind of stuff most young Bahamians grow up in. And coming up, if you dent a horn or it needs to be fixed, I'd have to send it abroad to get fixed. So when I was coming out of school, I say, you know what, this could be a good thing to get into. Plus, I've been doing construction work with my old man, so I just combined the two.
So how's business been in fixing instruments so far?
I've been doing this for about 5-6 years now. Before I had a job while doing it on the side, but now I'm glad to say I do it full time now.
And with so many bands here in the Bahamas, your business should be booming.
Yeah, things are going good right now.
Okay. And what are some of the most difficult instruments to fix?
Believe it or not, it's usually the smaller ones, like the clarinet. You can get the trombone, and sometimes the trumpets. For the most part, it's usually the small ones. And
you're going to do a little demonstration. What is wrong with this one?
Well, I just, this is one of my clients' clarinet, and I'm just doing a quick repair job. Nothing too hard. So I'll just, at this one, it's just missing one. So I just come through, pretty simple. Come through with a little hot glue. If it can come out, yep. No, that's not too bad.
Does it take a long time to repair?
Depends on the job. Something like this would take me probably a few days.
Oh, wow.
A few days, yeah. Because sometimes you have to be precise, and these are prone to leak.
And you have to get it tuned right back to that original song, right?
Right, right.
Is it costly to actually get it repaired as opposed to getting a new one, or?
Well, it is cheaper to repair than to replace. Sometimes some jobs could get, something like this would be in a high 2, sometimes 3 figures. Yeah, so, but it would be way cheaper than replacing.
So how much an instrument like this will cost, new, unused?
I can't speak for the market inside the Bahamas right now. I can only speak for online. Something like this would probably be around 200, 250. Yeah, and cheaper runs. More expensive, they could go up to 1,000. Yeah.
Is there anyone asking it? I want to ask a question, but I'm going to wait until you ask.
No, I'm curious now. I want to learn how to play now. I want to learn.
Did you do lessons?
Do I do lessons?
Clarinet,
No, I don't do lessons. I don't have time.
No, especially with that takes time.
Yeah.
If it takes 3 days to tune this up, just to get it on, to tune up a voice may take me 2 years.
Right.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's what I wanted to know. If you do music lessons, because I need my voice to be cleared up.
You can't sing.
I'm getting ready to do a big concert, July Independence Weekend. I see all the artists now making up all that money. I need a little side gig. I want to do some stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Well, your voice, I can't do nothing but that. You got to call God. You got to ask God about that.
So you've only repaired the clarinet, or you've had other instruments? What other instruments have you repaired, I guess, this week? Or
well, just for the day, I did this demonstration because this is what I'm actively working on right now. I repair all instruments, besides string instruments, but I repair all instruments.
How can folks reach you?
You could find me on Facebook, Bristol's IRC. You could contact me. I don't know if I could my phone number.
Go ahead. Might have the ladies calling.
Yeah, you could contact me at... I don't get in trouble. Not trying to get in trouble. You call me at 242-456-1995. And you can email me at Bristol's IRC, BRISO_IRC
Okay, I put that disclaimer here.
Okay, thank you.
His calls are not for all calls, just for business purposes.
For business. No pleasure.
Thanks a lot, Michael, for joining us here on the morning edition. Great, interesting. I've ever seen young persons like that who fix instruments. Nice case. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
So hasty, yes. And be sure to stay tuned into the ZNS Network for news as it happens, TV and radio updates throughout the day. Then you can tune into the Northern Edition at 6:30 and the Bahamas Tonight at 7. Fish, I know you're ready to go.
I'm ready to go get some sleep and watch the people for.
Watson.
Oh! Be friends now.
Have a good morning, everybody.
You're watching the ZNS Network.